This is Cindy Best from Best Law Firm. This Exhibit A picks up where the consent decree left off. After you've signed and notarized the consent decree and submitted it to the judge or commissioner for signature, you'll be ready to go. But before you do that, you need to attach your Exhibit A, which is a division of your community property. So you can list your community property here on Exhibit A, and you will see that we had a couch and a pool table. We could have we had some video, we had a TV, and we're deciding who gets it. We check the appropriate box. The vehicles, we're going to say who gets the vehicles, the husband or the wife, the mother or the father, and list the vehicles. You don't have to give all the entire VIN number, just the last 4 digits. And if you have any money or bank accounts that need to be split, you'll put that in there. And in number 3, it's the division of your retirement, pension, deferred compensation. If you don't have any, then you don't need to worry about it. And if you do have any, you'll need to describe what you're going to do with that. The division of your real property, in case you're wondering, real property is real estate. It's property. It's houses. For most people, it's their home. So you'll put a legal description from the property. You can go to the recorder's website and find that, or you can look at your deed and find that and describe it. Who's going to get it, whether it's going to be sold, who's going to live there. You might also want to decide who's going to pay the expenses while somebody's living there and how long they're going to allow that person to live there in case it doesn't sell, or if the other party's going to refinance it. All these types of things can be determined if you have a house to split. So you'll check the appropriate boxes. Then you go down to the division of community debt. This is any debt you incurred during the marriage is presumed to be community. If you had a credit card and it's in your name alone, you may choose to take 100% of that debt, or you may decide that you used it for both parties, and so you're going to split that debt 50-50. Remember, this is a consent decree, so everything is negotiated here, and everything is decided by the parties and agreed upon by the parties. So if you have separate property, that's property you brought into the marriage, or property you got by gift during the marriage, or somebody gave it to you in a will. If you owned your piano before marriage, it's going to be your sole and separate. Even if it were gifted to you during the marriage, it's still your sole and separate. Usually your jewelry, your golf clubs, your computer, your camera, those types of things are considered sole and separate property. And obviously, even if you have a pet, that's where you'll put your property down there as well. If you had the dog or cat before you got married, it's still your dog or cat. Separate debt would be something that you incurred prior to the marriage. It may be something that you decided you wanted to incur in your sole name during the marriage with your partner's consent. You could also have that type of a debt. So we scroll down here and tell the court that we signed this exhibit and we've attested to it. We think the marriage is irretrievably broken. We think it's fair and equitable. We know that we're not going to have a trial to a judge. And as you know, in family law, there aren't jury trials. They're just bench trials, which means they're heard by one person, a judge. And that this is your complete agreement. You were under no duress or coercion when you agreed or signed this. So again, just like at the end of your consent decree, you'll sign it and have it notarized. And remember, here's 15 pages. If you have an attorney, this is where they sign. And if you don't have an attorney, you don't have to attach this. And at the end of this, if you don't have an attorney, at the end of these 14 pages, you will attach Exhibit A to the consent decree, staple it, make the appropriate number of copies before you present it to the clerk for filing with the court. And then the judge or commissioner will sign it, and then you will be legally divorced. Again, this is Cindy Best from Best Law Firm. Thank you.